Hey everybody. So you've probably seen on the news that two journalists were arrested by the federal government, Don Lemon and Georgia Fort, a local independent reporter, it sounds like out of Minnesota. They were both arrested because they were present when the protesters entered the church in Minneapolis last week or the week before. This again is a full-on assault on the First Amendment, freedom of the press. Don Lemon is a 30-year journalist. He has an extensive career as a journalist. He has his own independent show. He does reporting in all areas. Regardless of whether or not you like Don Lemon or you believe in what he believes or you follow his reporting, it is still First Amendment protected activity. He and Georgia Fort, both journalists, were in that church reporting on the protests. They were not part of the protests. They were doing their job as journalists. They even interviewed the pastor, an ICE agent. They were not disrupting the service. They were there to document and report on the protesters in the church. Now, I'm not advocating to protests while church services are going on. It's probably not the best idea to do that. You could protest right after, outside in a public space. Regardless, Don Lemon and Georgia Fort were exercising freedom of the press because they are journalists. But this is what Donald Trump and his administration do. They blow right through First Amendment protected activity. They've basically blown up the First Amendment. They could care less. When I was in the FBI, we were probably too overly cautious about even approaching infringing on First Amendment protected activities. In this administration, they've blown right through that line, and it's consistent. Conducting a search and taking the electronic devices of a Washington Post journalist, arresting two journalists here, beating up people who are protesting in the streets against ICE, HSI, and CBP, killing people who are exercising their freedom of speech, violating their First and Fourth Amendment rights, and this administration doesn't care. This is a four-alarm fire. The Trump administration is going directly at our protected rights. And it's very funny, too, because during the Biden administration and other administrations, these are the same quacks that were screaming that the Biden administration and others were violating their First Amendment protected speech. And it's disgusting, and it's insane, and it's ridiculous. And people better stand up. MAGA, you better stand up, too, because he doesn't care about you. He could give two craps about you. Our rights are being violated, and the Trump administration does not care.